Welcome back to Transit Talk, your weekly horoscope podcast, where we explore the astrological energies and how to make the most of them. I'm your host, Shanice, and in this week's episode, we are looking at the transits for July the 29th through August the 4th, 2024. This week, we have a new moon happening in the sign of Leo, and our tarot cards for the week are the Five of Cups, grounded by Justice. So let's break down day by day to help you flow with the energies ahead. I'm going to be reading from Rachel True's True Heart Intuitive Tarot Guidebook again. And if you listened to last week's episode, Justice was the tarot card or the main tarot card grounded by the Devil. Well, this week we have the Five of Cups grounded by Justice. And I'm going to read the positive and negative expressions of the Five of Cups. And we're going to get started with the keywords. So, in a high vibration, the Five of Cups represents release, re engagement, hope, reunion, independence, closure, and acceptance. And in the lower vibration, it represents heartbreak, disappointment, grief, depression, stagnation, and regret. And I'm just going to read directly from what Rachel True says about the Five of Cups energy. And she says, when you're too focused on emotional pain of what didn't work out, you miss out on what's still available to you. You may be in a period of processing disappointments, rejections, and or bouts of negative thinking. A conscious choice must be made to set down burdens and baggage in order to salvage what remains. In a relationship dynamic, a period of recovery after emotional upheaval or turbulence may have you feeling relief and renewed connection to your partner, and a renewed connection to your partner. When you release sadness, you make room for expansion of love. For some, the choice to let go of past resentments and move forward together or end things for good may be on the table in either personal or professional relationships. Love is still available if your partnership goals are aligned. In a professional life, you may need to regroup after a setback. Some received a smaller piece of the pie than expected. Things are now moving in the right direction with the focus on what can be accomplished rather than what was lost. The demise of past aspirations make way for more profitable situations to come in. So, I personally look at the Five of Cups as building a bridge and getting over it. You cannot cry over spoiled milk. You have to see what you have in your life and make do with whatever that is. It's almost like counting your blessings. And last week we were releasing a lot of things that no longer serve a purpose in our lives. We probably had a lot of uncomfortable shifts happening, uncomfortable conversations happening last week. Well, this is the effects of last week happening. So, this is us potentially sitting down and reevaluating and organizing what it is we do have and how we can make do with whatever that is. So let's get into the weekly transits, and I'm going to start with Monday, July the 29th, 2024. So we kick off the week with the moon being in Taurus, and this brings a grounded and stable energy. And in the wee hours of the morning when most of us are asleep, the moon in Taurus will form a square to Venus in Leo. So if you are up, this might bring about some tension in relationships or your feelings of self-worth. It's important to find balance and not let pride or insecurity take over in this situation. And the Five of Cups encourages us to acknowledge our disappointments without getting stuck in them. So again, not, crying over spoiled milk. The milk is already spoiled. So you just have to make do with whatever it is that you have remaining around you. And around the morning when most of us are either at work or getting ready for work, the moon will conjunct Uranus and Taurus, and this is stirring up some unexpected changes. So stay flexible and open to new ideas and embrace spontaneity in your day. The Justice card reminds us to stay fair and balanced as we navigate these changes. So, the Five of Cups on Monday morning is asking us to stay encouraged. And Justice is also asking us to stay balanced and fair with whatever situation that comes up Monday morning for you. If this is you running late for something, or you um, potentially having uncomfortable conversations with your boss or authority figure, then just try to remain flexible and open minded to new ideas and new perspectives. On in the afternoon on Monday, we have the moon still in Taurus, forming a sextile to Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So, this is all about enhancing our intuition and our creativity. This is a great time to pursue some artistic activities, or simply just like daydreaming. At around 3:28 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so adjust to your time zone, the moon will move into Gemini. So this is shifting our focus from wanting to feel grounded and stable to being a little bit more communicative. So this is focusing on communication and mental stimulation. Shortly after the moon moves into Gemini, the moon will form a trine to Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. So this is providing some sort of deep insights or transformative conversations. The Five of Cups in the afternoon is suggesting that we might uncover some hidden emotions, but justice also encourages us to deal with them fairly and wisely. And in the evening on Monday, the moon in Gemini will form a square to Mercury newly in Virgo, and Mercury is currently in its shadow period. So it started its shadow phase around July, the second week of July. And whatever started in July, whatever thoughts or communication projects that you were dealing with or working on, these this Mercury retrograde is asking for you to revise and make sure you have all of the details, with it being in Virgo and being authentic as well, because it will go back into Leo. So on Monday evening, when the moon in Gemini forms a square to Mercury in Virgo, be mindful of some misunderstandings or miscommunications potentially coming up. Clear, honest dialogue is the key to navigating this specific transit on Monday evening. The Five of Cups reminds us to be aware of whatever we're focusing on, and don't let the minor setbacks overshadow the positives, and use the justice energy to maintain balance in your interactions. Now, overnight, you can use the nights or the astrology for overnight to process the day's changes and insights. It's a great time to reflect on any unexpected events that might have happened and what they might be teaching you, keeping justice in mind to find the balance and fairness in your reflections. Now let's move over to Tuesday, July the 30th, 2024. Tuesday morning, the moon is in Gemini all day. So we are buzzing with ideas and conversations. And in the morning, like the wee hours of the morning, the moon will form a conjunction to Mars and Gemini. So some of us might be dealing with some insomnia on Tuesday morning, in the wee hours. It's this aspect, it's all about energizing us and possibly making us a bit impulsive. So this is a good time for some physical activity. If you're feeling restless, go work out. You might wear yourself out, or start a new project that you've been putting off. Like, this is a great time right before Mercury goes retrograde to get started on those new projects, so that when Mercury goes retrograde, you can begin to revise and make sure you get all the details lined up. So the Five of Cups suggests that we channel any lingering frustrations into constructive actions. And by the morning when we wake up, the moon will form a sextile to the sun in Leo. This is bringing a harmonious blend of emotions and self expression. So, this is the perfect time to focus on your creative projects or even your heartfelt conversations that you've been wanting to have. And then in the evening, in the morning still, I'm sorry, the moon will sextile the north node in Aries as well. So this is aligning our emotions with our karmic path. Reflect on your goals and take actions towards them. This is if you feel propelled on Monday morning to take actions towards any of your goals that you've been putting off, this is the time to do it. And in the afternoon, Venus and Leo will form a sextile to Chiron retrograde in Aries right now. So this is offering healing opportunities in our relationships, and also towards our self-worth, how we see ourselves. So show yourself and others some compassion and understanding. Tuesday afternoon, justice is reminding us to treat ourselves and others with fairness and integrity. I'm going to keep saying that. I sound like a broken record, but I really want to instill that, to be kind, be fair, not only to yourself, but to others as well throughout this week. And in the evening on Tuesday at 4:44 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, again, just adjust to your time zone, the moon in Gemini will form a conjunction to Jupiter, which is also there. So this is expanding our minds and our hearts. This is a great evening for learning something new, engaging in some meaningful conversation, or just simply enjoying the company of your friends and family. The Five of Cups with this energy is suggesting we focus on gratitude and the positive aspects of our interactions, while justice keeps us balanced and fair. Um, so overnight on Tuesday, if you are still up, allow the expansive energy of Jupiter to inspire your dreams. This is a great time to meditate right before you go to sleep and to basically visualize whatever it is you want to manifest and how you can bring that into your reality. So think about some new perspectives you've gained between Monday and Tuesday, and remember that justice is trying to keep you balanced and fair. Now let's move over to Wednesday, July the 31st, 2024. And in the morning, in the wee hours of the morning, the moon in Gemini still there is keeping our minds active. So this week we might see a bit of insomnia in some of us. And this is, if you do find yourself having insomnia, try to read a book, work out, or try to use that energy in some sort of creativity. Um, at 12:41 a.m., that's Mountain Standard Time on Wednesday, the moon in Gemini will square Saturn, which is retrograde in Pisces right now. This might bring up some emotional heaviness or challenges, some feelings of depression or feeling a bit stagnant. So just try to stay patient and grounded. And I just made a TikTok video today while I'm recording this, talking about Saturn in Pisces and the loneliness epidemic we are seeing. A lot of people are identifying as introverts when in actuality they may not be introverts. They may just not know how to build community and be themselves within that community. So pay attention to how you're feeling um Wednesday morning when you are waking up, or right before you go to bed on Tuesday night. Try to see if you are one of the people who is in a lower vibration this week, dealing with some sort of depressive energy or sadness or anger, frustrations. Try to lean into that and see why you are feeling that, because ultimately you are in charge of your own happiness. So by 9:31 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, the moon will begin to sextile Chiron retrograde in Aries. So this is offering a healing vibration. Address any lingering wounds with some compassion. Show some patience and compassion with yourself. The Five of Cups reminds us not to dwell on the past, while justice encourages us to seek healing. And on Wednesday afternoon, towards the afternoon, the moon still in Gemini will sextile Venus in Leo. This is bringing harmony and warmth to our interactions. It's a good time to socialize and do any creative activities. The Five of Cups is reminding us to focus on the positives and not dwell on what's missing. If you woke up feeling a bit sad or down, try to count your blessings on Wednesday, and try to really stay in a positive vibration. Affirm yourself if you need to. I can't stress this enough. Wednesday, try to be as patient with yourself as possible. Um, And the Justice card on Wednesday afternoon is encouraging us to maintain fairness again and integrity in our relationships. Towards the evening, things might get a bit foggy when the moon forms a square to Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So avoid making any major decisions and focus on relaxation Wednesday evening. um the moon will then enter Cancer right before most of us go to bed or when we're going to bed. So this is shifting our focus to towards home and family, just feeling really secure. The 5 of Cups on Wednesday afternoon suggests we might feel nostalgic or sentimental, and Justice is reminding us to balance our emotions with practical thinking. So on Wednesday evening, you might feel a bit confused within your emotions. You might feel a bit depressed or sad, or you might be on the positive vibration of this energy and feeling more driven and focused and ready to organize and structure your life in a way that you can reach your goals. So just take it how it resonates, but spend some time on Wednesday nurturing yourself and your loved ones. The When the moon moves in Cancer, this is encouraging us to create a cozy, supportive environment and reflect on how justice can help you maintain balance and fairness within your home. And I want to point this out: if you are religious, even if you aren't religious, you carry your church with you all the time. You are the home all the time. Your body is the home. So you have to make sure, and this is very Cancerian Taurus type energy, but you have to make sure that you are feeling emotionally stable within your body and feeling safe and secure within your body. That is a huge key to manifesting whatever it is you desire. Because if you don't feel secure, you might go into some sort of overthinking, catastrophizing, psychosis. So try to feel safe and grounded. Start grounding yourself. Meditate, journal, do some yoga, work out. These are all meditative practices that will help you feel grounded in your body. On Thursday, August the 1st, in the wee hours of the morning, the sun in Leo will form a trine to the North Node in Aries when most of us are asleep. So, this is energetically aligning our willpower with our life's direction. This is a powerful time to take bold steps towards your goals. Most of us, like I said, will be asleep, but we usually feel this energy as we wake up in the morning. So, by the morning time, when most of us are starting to wake up, the moon will be talking to Mercury in Virgo, forming a sextile. So this is enhancing our ability to communicate with empathy. What am I talking about? Empathy and clarity. So justice calls for clear and honest communication. Mercury is exalted in Virgo. Mercury can get all of the details that it needs with whatever it's working on, with whatever it has its eye on. So use this energy to connect your logical, your intellect with your emotions on Thursday morning. In the afternoon, the rest of the day is pretty calm. Um, it's not until the evening we get into some transits. So in the afternoon, we are thinking, we are setting goals, we are trying to structure our lives and get all of the details in regards to the manifestations we are trying to. I don't know why I'm having trouble talking, but the manifestations that we are trying to bring into our reality. So in the afternoon, we have a bit of a break. So this is a good time to nurture yourself and do some self care. Towards the afternoon, or the evenings, as I should say, the moon will square the North Node in Aries, the moon in Cancer. And this is bringing up some sort of tension around our goals. Thursday could look like, it seems like we are ready to take action towards our goals. We're ready to get there, but there might be some sort of block happening, and it's perfectly timed because we are at the end of our moon cycle. We are at the quarter moon phase, or not the quarter. What am I talking about? Quarter, the final moon phase, the final quarter moon phase of the month. So we are closing out the manifestations that we were trying to bring into our reality for July. We are starting to basically take note of what it is we need to start working on in August. So the Five of Cups is reminding us to stay focused on self-love and not get bogged down by past disappointments. We can begin to ruminate and start self-doubting, talking negatively to ourselves, being super critical. And this is asking us to just be gentle, be kind to yourself, talk kindly to yourself. I cannot stress this enough. This is a great week to affirm yourself because we are headed into the dark moon phase, or we are in the dark moon phase this week, closing out July's moon cycle. So we are ruminating, we are thinking about what it is we're working on or working towards in August. And this is actually a good week to just relax, because we don't, in astrology, we don't like to, or most astrologers like myself do not like to set intentions during the final quarter moon phase and going into the dark moon phase, because this is when we are planting seeds and receiving downloads. So just pay attention to whatever synchronicities pop up this week. Start to visualize whatever it is you want to manifest for next month, and take it easy. Just be kind to yourself. So, in the evening, when the moon squares the north node, reflect on any emotional blocks that you might have and consider how you can overcome them with balance and fairness, justice energy. So, overall, on Thursday, focus on creating a peaceful environment and try in the evening to wind down and prepare for restful sleep. Reflect on the balance between ambition and your emotional well being. On Friday, August the 2nd, 2024, in the morning, Venus in Leo squares Uranus in Taurus. So, this is bringing surprises in our love life or our finances, or both. Stay flexible and open to change. The moon in Cancer will then form a trine to Saturn retrograde in Pisces in the morning as well. So this is grounding us and providing some emotional stability. The Five of Cups with this energy is reminding us to not be afraid of change and to seek stability with fairness of justice, or with the fairness of justice. And in the afternoon, the moon will square Chiron retrograde in Aries. So this is highlighting areas where we still need to be gentle with ourselves and where we need to heal. Chiron is now retrograde, so now we can be a bit more reflective in regards to our healing. Be gentle with yourself and others in the afternoon on Friday. And the Five of Cups is encouraging us to face our wounds with this energy, with the moon in Cancer squaring Chiron retrograde in Aries. So just be kind to yourself. In the evening on Friday, the moon in Cancer will form a sextile to Uranus in Taurus. This is bringing innovative ideas and a touch of excitement to our emotional world. We're getting excited about the possibilities of exploring new territories and overcoming our fears. So, overall, allow Friday's energy to inspire you to reflect towards your dreams. Think about how you can maintain um, some sense of delusion, balancing that with practicality, reality, and embrace new opportunities. Now, on Saturday, August the 3rd, we are now entering into the dark moon phase. And this energy on Saturday morning, when the moon forms a trine to Neptune retrograde in Pisces, this is enhancing our intuition and creativity. So tap into whatever it is that you are wanting to creatively express, whatever it is that you feel passionate about, you feel like your heart is leading you there. Focus on that on Saturday morning. And the moon will then move into Leo right after it talks to Neptune. So, this is bringing a playful and expressive energy to our emotions. We might feel a bit more social when the moon moves into Leo. Overall, this whole week, we are looking very introverted. Like, we don't really want to talk to anybody. We kind of want to stay to ourselves and kind of just, ruminate on some things. But when Saturday comes around, we might get a bit more social with the moon moving into the expressive energy of Leo. But the moon will then begin to oppose Pluto. So this might stir up some intense emotions. Anytime there is an aspect to Pluto with any of the planets, This can go one or two ways. This is you overcoming your fears or you overthinking your fears. So on Saturday, if you find yourself overthinking or getting really, really anxious about something, uncomfortable about something, that is Pluto trying to bring up your fears and get you to overcome them. With this energy, the Five of Cups is suggesting we might feel some emotional intensity, but the Justice card is reminding us to deal with it in a balanced way. In the afternoon on Saturday, Mars in Gemini will sextile the North Node in Aries. This is providing a boost of energy to pursue our goals. So, like I said, this is the new moon energy that we are in, the dark moon phase. So now we're building up the momentum to start the new moon phase, the new moon cycle for August on Saturday. So you might feel more motivated and you might have a bit more momentum to focus towards your goals and not get stuck in any past regrets. In the evening on Saturday, we have the moon in Leo forming a trine to the North Node in Aries. This is aligning our emotions with our life's purpose. Um, so pay attention to what you really feel passionate about on Saturday, what your heart is just lighting up about, what you light up about. This is this is your purpose. This is what season you are in your life, and this is what you need to be focusing on when it comes to the moon in Leo talking to the North Node in Aries. Shortly after that, in the evening, the moon will talk to Mars in Gemini, forming a sextile. So, this is an energetic vibe to end the day. And this is getting us to actually start working. Like Saturday looks pretty busy, looks like we are communicating, we are wanting to go out, we are wanting to socialize, we are wanting to have fun. Leo is all about having fun. It represents children in astrology. So, Leo season is all about that inner child's healing. It's about being authentic. It's about being confident. It's about being courageous in who you are. So, with this energy on Saturday evening, justice is reminding us to maintain that balance in our actions and decisions because Leo and Mars can get a bit impulsive. So just make sure you are being a bit more methodical about your approach to how you handle whatever situation you are in. Now let's get into the big day of the week, the new moon in Leo, August the 4th, 2024. And the new moon is actually happening in the morning at 5:12 a.m. That is Mountain Standard Time. So adjust to your time zone. And the new moons are always a time for setting intentions and new beginnings. And with this one happening in a bold and expressive zodiac sign like Leo, it's a really, really good opportunity to focus on your creativity, your self expression, and your leadership. Leo encourages us to shine and be confident and follow our passions, follow our hearts. So look to see what house Leo is in your birth chart. Study the themes of that house. If you have any planets in that house, study the planets in that house. Look at the aspects that the planets is forming from that house. This will show you how Leo energy is meant to be expressed in your life and how you can use that energy in your life. So this new moon is forming a sextile with Mars and Jupiter in Gemini and a trine with the North Node. The sextile to Mars and Jupiter, it adds a bit of a dynamic and expansive quality to our intentions. So this is a really, really beautiful new moon to manifest with because Mars, the planet of action, like how we take action, how we go about doing things, and Jupiter, the planet of abundance and growth and opportunities, are actually talking really, really positively to this new moon. So Mars is bringing that action and drive, making it a perfect time to start projects that require some energy and some enthusiasm, while Jupiter is adding a layer of optimism and growth, and it's encouraging us to think big and embrace new opportunities. And I want to specify this as well. Jupiter and Mars are both in a community ruled energy. Gemini is all about its community, and it's all about local communities. So something that I've really been talking about on my TikTok accounts or all of my social media platforms is us getting more involved in our communities. I see so many people talking about the policies and what they want to see changed in our country, and this new moon is the perfect new moon to manifest that energy. Whatever changes you want to see, what value do you want to add to your community? Because Leo is a leader. It's all about shining brightly and being authentically itself. That energy is all about being itself and being courageous and brave. So embrace the new opportunities and pay attention to how you operate in your community, how you show up for your community. Are you participating in or are you going in what am I trying to say? Are you going to town hall meetings? Are you interested in creating some sort of organization within your local community to help with what you see going on around you? This is the perfect new moon to use that energy to manifest with. The trine to the North Node in Aries to this new moon is asking us, it's all about our new beginnings with our karmic path. So this is propelling us towards our purpose. It's pushing us to take bold steps towards our true purpose. It's a powerful alignment that supports courageous actions aligned with our highest goals, especially with Jupiter involved. Jupiter represents our higher mind, our higher selves, our spiritual belief systems, whether that you are spiritual or religious. It represents those, both of those. So some activities I suggest with this new moon energy is to set some intentions and to use or to work on some new creative projects that you are passionate about, and take bold steps, take bold action towards your goals, especially those that align with your true purpose. And the tarot card, the Five of Cups, grounded by the Justice card, reminds us to stay focused on what we can create and not focus on the things that get us down, such as our past disappointments. As you set your intentions with this new moon, ensure that you are balanced and you are fair, and let go of any lingering regrets that you might have or any setbacks that you might have faced. And in the afternoon on Sunday, or in the evening on Sunday, we have Venus entering Virgo. I'm having my Venus returning and I'm super, super excited. I know Venus in Virgo gets a bad rep because she's fallen there. But the reason why she's fallen there is because Virgo is an energy that's all about gathering the details and getting really, really specific. Whereas Venus in her home signs or her exalted energy, such as Taurus, Libra, and Pisces, she just wants to have a good time. Venus is very hedonistic and it can't really perform hedonistically. I don't know if that's a word, but it can't be hedonistic in Virgo. It's very hard for it to do that. So it shifts our focus in our love and relationships to a more practical and detailed point of view or perspective. It's a good time to appreciate the little things and focus on how we can improve and refine our connections. Venus in Virgo values service, dedication, and a grounded approach to love and beauty. And like I said, I have Venus in my natal chart in Virgo, and I love the little things. I love when people pay attention to the small details about me. Like, I'm not one to like really get or want extravagant gifts, not all the time. And I prefer like socks and little things like that. That's very Venusian or Venus in Virgo. So this transit is encouraging us to show love through practical actions and thoughtful gestures, because Venus in Virgo is very, very thoughtful and intentional. It's also a great time to focus on self-care routines and improving our health and well-being, because Virgo energy is like all about health and fitness routines and just trying to get more organized within its day. So with this energy, the Justice card the Five of Cups, grounded by the Justice card, is encouraging us to balance our emotional needs with practical actions. As Venus enters Virgo, think about how you can bring more balance and harmony into your relationships and daily routines. And in the evening as well, we have the moon in Leo forming a sextile to Jupiter. So this is when the sextile to Jupiter becomes exact. And this is bringing up expansive and optimistic energy towards the evening. So it looks like in the beginning of the week, we start off a bit slow, a bit sluggish, probably getting down on ourselves. And towards the end of the week, when the new moon finally comes or happens, we are feeling more motivated. We are feeling more communicative. And we are trying to socialize and we want to learn and just enjoy life's pleasures. So, this energy is perfect for connecting with others and sharing your passions. It's also an excellent time to engage in activities that stimulate your mind, such as socializing, learning, and exploring, or simply just celebrating the week. And the Five of Cups reminds us not to dwell on what's going on wrong, but to celebrate what's right. So count your blessings, okay? Be mindful. Make sure your joy is balanced by some mindfulness and some gratitude. So use this energy on Sunday, the new moon's energy with Venus moving into Virgo. Um, Use this energy to think about your intentions that you set during the new moon and how you can bring more balance and practical actions in your life um, with those intentions, because Venus is now in Virgo. And this is all about embracing optimistic energy and letting it inspire your dreams. So that concludes the week of July the 29th to August the 4th, the new moon in Virgo week. Thank you so much for joining me on this transit talk. I hope that these insights help you make the most of the powerful energies at play. And remember, you can submit your astrology questions. You can sign up for my newsletter for more detailed insights, or you can simply book a personalized reading and I can help you navigate this energy and understand how this energy is showing up personally for you. So embrace today's opportunities, or not today, but embrace this week's opportunities for some new beginnings, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Until next time, bye.